driving around yesterday listening to YouTube, and Rio came on, Utah Sasquatch. That's one of the few Sasquatch researchers that doesn't look like a toothless meth head or drunk. He has a very good sort of persona. He doesn't seem like a dick, you know. He makes a lot of sense. He uses scientific stuff. He uses Google Maps and stuff. He has an interesting show. I like it. I like his channel. And he was I haven't watched many. I've just watched a few, and I like what I saw. And what I wanted to say is he was talking about the woo, and the woo is this metaphysical thing. Anything that's sort of metaphysical, like people talk about, like they can communicate telepathically with the Bigfoot, or go out in the woods, and if you meditate, the Bigfoot will tap you on the shoulder. I'm in disbelief. But like Rio was talking about, you know, just because I'm in disbelief doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. And he brought up orbs. He said that he's never seen an orb. And what I wanted to say is this, is for years I was one of these people that said this about UFOs, that it really doesn't exist. It's people seeing, you know, something like there's an explainable event that would explain what these people saw, until I saw one 500 feet away, but right behind this barn. And then it flew kind of over by that tree, and that was this summer. But before that, I had seen three other things, four other things. One goose hunting, once on the highway. Anyway, so in the last 2 years, I've seen like three things that didn't make any sense. And then I saw this summer, and I would have been thinking that I was crazy. It affected me if the neighbor kid wasn't in his yard, and saw it too. So what I wanted to say to Rio is, I think that there's something that causes these things to seek out people that want to see it, or there's like a susceptibility to thinking that there's a possibility. I think that these things will find you. And that's really what I think, because even before, when I was like in disbelief about UFOs, I was very interested in UFOs. I would watch all kinds of UFO stuff. Science fiction's always been my favorite. So there's always been this thought in my head of like, you know, I want something to exist. In other words, I'm 53 years old. If they announced on the TV or whatever that there was a giant ship over Washington, D.C., and they were here to enslave us, I would sort of be content with my life. I would know that there is something greater than us. Do you understand? As far as like Bigfoot researchers go, there's a few of them that really aren't dicks. Linda Newton-Perry, she seems like she's intelligent. She's more of like the, she's very religious, I can tell. That's fine. I personally think religion's a joke. But you know, if that's what you want to believe, go ahead and believe it. I think that whatever it is out there has to be anything, you know, that if there's something that's in charge of us, or keeping an eye on us, or created us, I think that it's anything but what us as humans can dream up in our imagination. And when I saw that orb, it really affected me in that way. Like, I'm sorry, but I just don't see this, you know, that was not Jesus Christ returning to planet Earth. Do you understand what I'm saying? My brother is a minister, and I've never understood, you know, when, you know, I heard him talking to somebody, and he was like, God be with you, or something like that. And I'm like, God, you know, do you really believe that? And I started talking to my brother Michael about, I said exactly what I just said, was that, Michael, I think that it's probably unlike anything but what us as humans have dreamed up. And my brother, the minister, said, well, you're not too off from how I think about it. Do you understand? So it's all how you interpret it. Like, you know, I'm sure that Linda Newton-Perry has her interpretation of the Bible. My brother has his interpretation of the Bible. And that's the way it should be. It shouldn't be so cut and dry, which that's the problem with religion. It's like, if you don't see it my way, you know, we're going to cut your head off. You understand? Anyway, Rio, you keep thinking about it. You keep putting out stuff on Sasquatch and Bigfoot and talking about it. You're probably going to see an orb. And I guarantee you, it will change your life. It was fucking crazy. It was absolutely